Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1891st edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. Welcome, Omni Campus, to Las Vegas, baby. You're in town. You're going to have a great session with me. I assure you the next 4 days are going to change your life. The way you look at markets, the way you know, not think, know what's going to happen tomorrow with a greater, much better chance of being correct than you've ever had before. And you're going to have some really good food while you're in town, too. So welcome, Omni Campus. I will see you all tomorrow. For the rest of us traders, this 1891st installment of these educational videos, the education in these videos is the art of technical analysis, coming at you on a Thursday night for trading, Friday, February 8th, 2019. Before we cover the topics on the board, you must be aware of this. If you do not, boy, oh boy, you have never traded before, I'm considering, because this is very risky what we do for a living. This is a very risky game. You can lose way more money than you think you have planned on losing, because if something goes wrong in the futures, you can lose more money than the money you've deposited in your trading accounts. In fact, you can go negative for a lot of money, and the next thing you know, you can be in divorce court because your wife or husband hates you for what you've done. So be careful in this industry. Never, ever trade alone. Come to livewithoscar.com. Always put your stops in. They protect you from losing. Put them in first. And then I'll allow you to play what I've got going on with the Red Omni for Friday. So make sure you put your stops in and listen up, because here's what's going to happen as far as I'm concerned. Red Omni on the board for trading Friday. ES, Russell, Nasdaq, the usual suspects that hover around our indices. Omni flipped to a red sell Wednesday afternoon. It remains dead red through Thursday and Friday. And how about that call, kids, huh? Wednesday night, Omni comes out and says, hold on, put on the brakes. We're going down Thursday. And just like magic, my Omni makes the perfect call. Markets did crack. If you caught it, congratulations. I'm glad I was able to tell you before it happened. And that is my job, to see this stuff before it materializes. And that's what I'm good at, and that's what I teach you at OmniCamp. So, Omni flipped to the red sell. It will remain red all through Friday, at least through the first half of Friday. You never know what these markets bring. But Omni remains a solid seller of the Emini, S&P, Russell, Nasdaq. Is crude about to follow the stock market? I think so. Crude's about to get hammered, if you ask me. And no more selling gold for the rest of this week. Well, it's Friday. No selling gold on Friday, which is tomorrow. Do not sell gold. I will show you why. We had a decent run selling gold this week, but now Omni says no more selling, so no more selling in gold. Traders, I'd love to show you the charts that are going to back up these statements on the board. I will do that right now. I just want to remind you that if you are having a difficult time navigating these rough and tumble markets, these crazy moves, join my platinum subscription. I will send you trading signals when we're going to buy, when we're going to sell, when we're going to get out of the trade. You will know as it's happening in real time. I will also offer you a 2-week free trial if you contact me at the site and ask for such. I'll be more than happy to give you 2 free weeks to see what's going on with my Omni recommendations. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, Nasdaq daily bar. You've seen this in video after video as we climbed our way up through the caution zone, and we started to worry about what was going to happen at the 200 bar moving average, because we know there's almost always failure there with the Nasdaq when it comes up to it from underneath. So we talked about this being a tricky, slippery area, and the Omni turned red. And what happened? This is Wednesday afternoon. And this is what happened since. Look at the comparison. Insane, right? Beautiful call. Omni sniffed it right out. Now, it's got nothing to do with the 200 bar moving average. I did not use that to make my call. In fact, if you look at it, these are big moves. You'd have been faked out anytime you tried to sell when it first gets to the average. I wasn't using that. My Omni told me it's time to go short, and this is what happened. What more could you ask for? Right on time. S&P, same sort of thing. Turns out that we're right at the 200, but, you know, it's expensive to get short the S&P here and get stopped out up there. Wouldn't you think if you sold here? That's a lot of cash that you're going to lose, right? So you couldn't have sold at this line on any of these runs without getting yourself in trouble. I did not use the 200 to make this call. I used my Omni, and it was at the 200. Coincidentally, I think that's a perfect signal. So this is where we were, and this is what happened. I mean, just a beautiful drop as it was supposed to, like it was scripted. Now, we are starting to come back and do what? Test this thing, which was the top of the caution area. It's considered support. So we might just come down here and test this, but I don't know. Omni doesn't think so. Omni thinks we're going into that area. When we look at the Russell, you've got the same sort of thing, but never got anywhere near the 200 bar moving average. However, you have failed here and are heading back down to test the support, which has grown from the caution area. Now, Omni is dead red, so we think we break that support and keep on going through. Is crude going to follow? Well, isn't that the same picture that we had in the Emini, S&P, Russell, and Nasdaq for about 3 weeks? But they got above and got to the 200. Crude never even got close. Failed here at the other end of the caution zone and is now starting to move lower, and the Omni has turned red for crude oil. So we expect that crude will very likely be falling in suit with the Emini S&P on Friday. And then we've got gold. No more selling. We called for a small pullback after the rally out of the bull flag. Gold rallied. We called for a small pullback. We got that pullback. We were short this week a few days. Now we are out of the market and are not going to sell gold for Friday. And if you take this down to a daily chart, I will tell you that I think that pullback on the weekly equated to a bull flag being formed on the daily. Now it's a daily chart of gold. Last one you just looked at was the weekly. That 1 bar pullback on the weekly equated to this on the daily. That, if you ask me, is a bull flag, which should break out to the upside. So no more selling, at least for Friday, in your gold market. Traders, these are the charts I wanted to present to you this evening for trading on Friday. Make sure you pay attention to the analysis and join me at livewithoscar.com. So, traders, you've seen the charts. You've got my technical reasoning why I wrote these things on the board and sent them to you. And in reality, the charts really do prove this stuff out, right? I mean, that flip was perfect in the Emini S&P for Thursday into Friday. Crude absolutely looks like it wants to crack, and I don't know, kind of looks like a bull flag in gold to me, so let's hold off. Nothing more need be said. I'm just going to take a bow for that fantastic call the other day. Thank you very much. And head down, nose to the grindstone, on to the next trade, because you know how this works. We are only as good as our last trade. What I did in the past is in the past. I've got to be good in the future. Pay attention to your charts. Watch the Omni. Watch these videos. The analysis in these videos is absolutely clear and should help you understand the way these markets operate. Traders, again, find me at livewithoscar.com. Omni Campers, I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things I can tell you to do, and I believe you should because it works for me, try this exercise. Say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, especially when you're in a trade, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders. Please be careful out there, and I will see you all at livewithoscar.com. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.